Timeline. Hello everyone and welcome back to our Doctor Who commentaries, and today it's the end of the world!
Well, that was a short revival.
Yeah, wow, 2 episodes already, the BBC lost confidence. No, just kidding. It's the episode's pretty much what the title implies, is the end of the world. And this time the Doctor ain't gonna come in and save it, because, well, it's part of the timeline.
I'll explain a bit more once we'll start. For now, start before the recap, I guess.
Yeah, the recap of the last episode. I think this is the only time Modern Who does this, as far as I know. I could be wrong. Alright, 3, 2, 1, click.
I think you have to understand with Doctor Who is that, aside from those fixed points where I mentioned in the previous episode, the timeline constantly changes, like I said. Things get rewritten all the time. So the end of the world that we're seeing here today, it's just a possible outcome. It's not a thing that changes drastically. We change to the timeline, but its exact point in the timeline varies depending on the actions of the Doctor, his companions, or other races.
So yeah,
again, it will become more clear with the 10th Doctor, but you have to stop thinking with traditional time-traveling stories here, because otherwise your head will explode in a couple of seconds.
Alright, so Rose, Bob... Well, I'd pick forwards 2 to go in time, let's be fair. And yeah, I actually kind of like the TARDIS. This TARDIS is, it's made up of old bits.
It is a bit of Dalek design, if you ask me.
well, previous versions of the TARDIS always had a bit of a circle-y thing on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Tia, you got a brand new empire.
Not sure how to say.
Yeah. So yeah, in the future there'll be a new Roman Empire. There'll be doctors.
I guess nostalgia really went too far.
There'll be Doctor with no noses. Disney will have run the world.
They're already pretty much there.
Yeah. What else would happen?
The secret formula of Coca-Cola is still hidden.
The people of Britain will just go, you know what, we're moving our soaps to Cardiff, let's move everything else there.
Actually, yeah, remember, Dweebs, in the few... Oh, no, you haven't seen it because it's the 11th Doctor Who era. According to, well, some of the outcomes in the timeline, the UK does something very peculiar in the future.
What?
I'm talking about, well, without spoiling too much, do you know, Dweebs, about the myth of the space whale?
No.
Well, it's a long story. Just let that in the back of your brain.
Alright.
Sometimes the world just ends like this. If you really want to get depressing, think about the thermal death of the universe.
Ooh. Oh dear. So, yeah, our first time traveling thing in this series.
That escalated quickly.
And it's the end of the freaking Earth.
I think it's a good way to set things up, again, for the fan base to, showcase how things can go using the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Not to mention, despite this grim premise about the end of the world, the rest of the episode, it will have a conflict, but for the most part, it will be a bit still lighthearted to showcase also the flip-flopping mood that this series is characteristic. Yeah, by the way, forgot to mention this. Be prepared to cry a lot, and also to laugh a lot. Like, we show as much as comedy as tragedy into itself. It's truly a homage to classic Greek theater.
So we can't use weapons or teleport or religion.
That's a very specific date. Well, time, really.
So, so as the Doctor and Rose walk through the Temple of Peace,
It looks more like the Jedi Temple.
yeah, future Doctor Who stories would use the Temple of Peace a lot.
And apparently they watch planets burn as a pastime.
Yeah, well, and as the more they use this, though, the more it just becomes obvious they're using the same place. I'm pretty sure Cardiff has more than one nice-looking temple. Then the Rose is a science student.
I guess.
Well, at least
They were conveniently evacuated.
Yes, the area was evacuated. Doctor Who predating the DC Extended Universe years before.
And then there was just some guy left on the planet. Wait, you forgot me!
Poor
Or
soul was in the bathroom.
it's actually, it's like the joke with Doug D for Just Ready. A guy's actually like, oh, I forgot my iPod.
Well, it's just me. And...
Oh yeah, here's another trick of the Doctor. Well, I forgot which is the specific term. It's
Psychic
basically... Paper. There you go. It's basically a magic document that is convenient to the situation. It appears blank to the Doctor and his companion, but to everyone else looks basically the most convenient thing that is possible to the Doctor, like a calling card, an identity document or something. It's very convenient. However, the Doctor doesn't have to rely on it too much because some species are specifically not trained but adapted to recognize when he's using it. Also, Oompa Loompas.
Oh yeah, obviously because of the large amount of CGI, this was a really expensive episode.
I could see that also from before.
You know, I'm kind of glad this was done in the modern series because could you imagine them trying to do this in the classic era?
No.
Where it had little to no budget.
Now, if I recall correctly, the plant species that has passed, I think was a returning. Also repeated.
Yeah, the face of Bo, he's a.
He's gonna be important later on.
But hey, at least the Doctor gives the tree something they actually use to survive. So
true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bit of irony. Around the time the show was revived, the chairman of the entire BBC was Michael Grade, aka the guy who hated Doctor Who so much he worked as hard as he could to try and get the show cancelled in the 80s. And yet he allowed it to go on.
I'm not comment.
Well, he even said he must be going soft when he was congratulating the producers on the show's success. I mean, hey, it wasn't like last time where he was dating the Doctor's ex-wife, and conveniently that was when he started messing with the show. But anyway. Wow, Madam Hooch has aged horribly.
Oh boy, yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's the actual actress who played Madam Hooch in the Harry Potter, but the first one, Zoe Wanamaker.
Yeah, apparently this human decided to just stuck her face in a piece of flesh that constantly gets moisturized. I don't get it.
The trampoline look was in at the time?
I suppose.
Maybe. Crocodile tears. And where are they coming from? But that's alright, guys. She brought gifts along.
All right.
Wow, you managed to record. You managed to. Wow, I must say that egg looks amazingly repaired for something that was hatched.
This is awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those archives must be fucked then.
All right, someone called Fon's ear.
Humanity's
Hey!
greatest composers. And they picked Tainted Love.
No, just no. To be fair, it's probably better compared to a very hilarious in hindsight music pick they will choose for later episode. Just saying.
It's better than a song they'll pick later on in this episode.
Yeah.
Also, why of all the decades you pick the 80s to represent Earth?
No idea. I mean, it's not even a good typical 80s song. I guess it was the one that the BBC could pay the most or something.
Oh, I'm surprised that even years later they still are able to use this song on all releases.
I'm sure those balls are nothing to be worried about.
Impossible, eh? But last we checked in the 1996 movie,
Uh-oh.
they were on Scaro for some reason, but never mind that. Wow,
okay.
Wow, this show predicted the Asari, apparently. Yeah, the song actually looks pretty good, especially considering this was from 2005.
Yeah. Again, CGI, well, aside from the previous episode, the CGI so far has been solid for the time.
Yeah, for a TV show.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for one that had a low budget.
Apparently the reason for scenes like this with Ruffalo was because the episode underran.
So, sorry, what does it mean?
It means when they put the stuff together, it wasn't enough to cover the full 45 minutes.
Oh, so they needed something to pad things out. Okay.
So, about a couple of months before transmission, they filmed this. Is the answer 3? A long time away, actually.
Yeah.
Have any of us been to the Chapel of Peace?
I don't think so.
Have you, Shuri?
Hmm?
You ever been to the Temple of Peace?
No.
No. Oh, I should have gone there. I went Cardiff a few months ago.
I mean, I've been to the place where they shot Star Wars Episode 1, the Caserta Villa.
I went to where they filmed Boomtown.
Not impressive.
Well, Cardiff Bay's a nice looking place. It's just, well...
Yeah, it's just a technician going inside a ventilation shaft. What could possibly go... Oh, wait. Yeah.
Ooh, an upgrade.
Oh.
That space looked different when I remember.
Maybe it's best that you...
Move away from the laser pointers?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them. what for.
Oh no.
Well,
Dead.
Do.
So yeah, apparently that race wasn't really peaceful. So oops. Yeah, that has to be the doctor. Oop.
Surprised you didn't hear it.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me a running countdown on the death of my home.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This thing I particularly don't get. I know that Rose is having this basically in a row. Like she just came out from Earth and this is Earth. But at the same time, she just came off Earth. This is technically her first journey, typing the journey with the Doctor. And suddenly she gets very emotional about this death of Earth thing. Like, that's fine, but sweetie, it's far from your time period. And it's not a thing like, oh, everything will be lost. The Doctor clearly explained that humanity will conquer the stars anyway and will find a way to get away from it. So, I don't know.
Well, she doesn't seem distraught about it. I think it's more of like an existential moment she's having here.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she's not crying or, going over the top over this. So.
What I'm agreeing with Summer Point is the fact that the death of the planet is treated more like a farce for this kind of spectacle. The fact that the other alien races are so mistreating, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. But we though, well, at least those of us who've watched any Doctor Who. Yeah, when I watched the first episode of the current Doctor, the 13th one,
Mm-hmm.
or was it the 12th? I can't keep up now.
The female one is the 13th.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that they forgot about the whole TARDIS translation thing, because there was a bit where they can't understand, but
that depends. Like, again, sadly, one of the things that happened, similar to, say, comic books, is that for Doctor Who stories, some plot elements sometimes sadly get forgot. I'm willing to give a pass because despite having consistent writers for longer runs, there are decades and decades of continuity to take care of, even with the constant change timelines. So if someone slips up sometime, I can close an eye on it. So by contrast, though, if I appear to be really angry to someone like Stephen Moffat, don't worry, we'll get to him eventually, is for good reasons.
yeah, there's no signal.
But yeah, the Doctor has some tricks also with that Nokia.
And now Rose has the best phone ever.
Pretty much. I'm sure she's totally not gonna abuse that power.
Yeah, there's times like this where I just wish Martha would come in already.
I wasn't. When it comes to the companions, I like Martha, but they kinda grew a bit also on. Oh god, I forgot their names already. The ones of the 11th Doctor, my bad.
Amy and Rory.
Amy Pond and Rory, there you go. Sorry. We're not probably. There's a big thing to understand. There's due to the setting of the companion having to be inherently flawed in order for the being a audience proxy and the Doctor explaining things to him or her. There's no perfect companion. So don't ever expect someone who's super intelligent, super smart, or capable of resolving any situations. But like I said in the previous episode, there are ways and ways to do it.
Ooh.
Rosie is sadly not the best of them, but not even the worst.
Oh yeah, fun fact, the one
Also, I
playing
get that she's mourning over, the fact that her mother would be dead at this point, but so would she.
Yeah. Again, you're not in your time, so just roll with it.
You are well beyond your time.
Oh yeah, the actress who plays the tree, well, the lead tree, she would end up being in a Torchwood episode.
Oh.
Called They Keep Killing Susie. That sounds like what South Park would call an episode.
You bastards! Oh. Shit.
Fuck you. Beep. Press the button. You're not even pressing the right button.
That's the thing. It acts like one of those cats who just tempt you, like push things out of the board, and you're like, "Don't do it," and then they push it.
They'll push it anyway.
Well,
but yeah,
died.
the thing is, the ship, due to the sun's condition, the ship needed to maintain some filters in order to avoid sun radiation, and the robot's mission is basically to fry everyone on board. Enjoy.
Yeah. But now we've got deep fried steward.
Tasty.
Yeah, a bit tragic, but still tasty.
I wonder if in the future humanity eats any particular kind of alien meat.
Oh god, don't do that, please.
No.
Michael Jackson.
There's also a common thing of shipping the Doctor with his companions because they're regularly, because there's regularly a sort of friendship bond that's very strong between Doctor and companions. So obviously, a fandom tend to ship, and there are maybe some occasions where the Doctor may actually fall in love, but it's never something permanent. The Doctor, as a figure, is the classic traveler who goes around, in this case, time and space, with no real home anyway, so no real attachment to the people that he meet. He will still really care about them, no matter how the time stream will pass, but he will not attach to himself too much of them, because of also the consequences, which we'll see an example at the end of the season.
I wonder where they filmed this bit.
It's one of the terrible aspects of being immortal. It's kinda shit.
And yeah, the Earth is fucked.
Oh well.
Again, yeah, it's been evacuated, so
it's the natural, like the Doctor just said. It's a natural thing, a natural course. The things have to go.
She's one of them people.
Yeah, special snowflakes.
Yeah.
So
we got a racist on our hands, I guess.
Joyful. And that has to be the one witnessing the death of a world.
708 operations to look like a trampoline.
I mean, when you think about it, probably.
I'm still not sure about the practicality of this. Like, again, the most charging thing, but what if you need to scratch her back?
Also, lady, you can't even look after yourself like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'll admit, that was actually a decent moment from Rose, just showing her how much of a bitch human trampoline is over there.
Yeah. Hmm.
I wonder if they filmed this. I wonder if this bit was filmed at like BBC Wales headquarters or something. I mean,
With all those cables, I don't know.
Yeah. Fun fact: all those cables they used just to power their version of BBC One.
It requires that much power.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a joke, but it could be. I don't know.
Turns out the BBC headquarters, like 99% of them, are just a giant battery that needs constant replenishing.
Well, since it was around this time, the BBC itself was still headquartered at Television Centre in London, maybe. Although they barely touch London these days, so...
Yeah, the race of the Doctor is a story for another time. Because this is something. This is the starting also of something of a tease to the old fans. Something happened in between the old era and the new era, but we don't know what it is yet. And the Doctor seems very upset when confronted with the situation. So we'll eventually know what's gonna happen, what it will be about. But I really like this idea. Also, having a mystery both for the new fans and the old fans, putting them on the same kind of ground for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are at Q2.
Okay.
Whatever that is. Rose? Not for nothing, but maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should turn away from the cloaked figures.
Just maybe.
Well.
She.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's another regular one of the other functions of the companion is occasionally to be a damsel in distress, so get used to it.
Or in some cases, the male version of the word damsel in distress. Yeah, Doctor Who. It's a man or woman. You will get kidnapped at one point.
If you hang out with the Doctor, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're in like any general presence of the Doctor.
Yeah, basically, life is never stale with the Doctor. You'll always have fun one way or the other. So, yeah, we're pretty much, the ship is getting overheat, so...
So,
we kinda need to be repressing the refrigeration system.
So let's play a traditional ballad from
Oh no.
Britney Spears.
I actually remember around this time, because MTV was all over the place in my country back when we were still doing video clips and music, that Toxic was a big thing back then. Man.
The definition of ballad has clearly changed in all these thousands of years.
Considering, in hindsight, if it was done this kind of thing today, we would probably use dubstep, so just be thankful that they limit themselves.
This was a purer time. Somewhat.
Well, about as pure as you could get with a Britney Spears.
Well, it's descend into madness of progressive dweebs. Every day we stray further from the light of God.
Mm.
Speaking of,
He seems pretty pissed about that.
how's mighty rolls so the doctor can have already a new companion?
Oh yeah, I found what Q2 is. It's a filming warehouse somewhere in Newport.
Okay.
I swear I've seen like a YouTube parody of this, the Doctor making the sun filter go down faster or something.
Probably. YouTube poofs usually have this kind of reverse of situations like this.
Well, but I was gonna ask how Rose would know that, but well, it's hot, so
Yeah. The tension.
yeah. Is it going up or is it going down?
It can't decide.
Alright.
Yeah, don't worry. Ipswich is only a few thousand miles that way.
Oh. Well, shit.
Oh yeah, that's Jimmy V. Doctor Who will have a lot more uses for him. And so will Star Wars, with him being the new R2D2.
That's fine.
Yeah. But anyway, let's
Let's see.
okay, that's not it. So the spider goes to the obviously evil cloaked figures.
Not just that, to the same people that we knew. Like I'm not sure what we were going for with this reveal.
Yeah,
like,
oh
shit.
Yep. Yep, they were just robots.
A repeated meme is just an idea. It's just if you only the BBC knew.
Okay, and so well, of course it was the racist.
Oh, don't pick him.
With acid.
Oh.
Quick, let's run back to our rooms and throw them out.
Yeah. It's all about fucking money.
Shut it, Pixie.
Jesus fuck. So yeah, this is also to cement also another fact that no matter the time or the place, there will always be some sort of
corporate greed.
Yeah, dickery, going on. And considering, compared to the other major threats that the Doctor will face, this is really just the appetizer.
And now they've got no force fields.
Oops.
But hey, don't worry. As long as they evacuate into corridors where there are no windows, I'm sure they'll be fine. They don't do that, do they?
Not just that, well, not really. Without the force field, the ship would be invested by the explosion, so...
Oh yeah, great advice, Doctor, for the people that are about to be burned alive.
He learned that from Schwarzenegger. How much scenes the poor doctor had to run through cables? Of course, it's like a video game.
Yeah, you have to get to the other end, and while one of your companions holds down the lever. Okay, well that's good.
Oh.
Oh.
And keep in mind, pulling down the lever means that the temperature keeps rising because the propellers actually have a fucking function. So, yeah. Poison Ivy here will have to sacrifice herself.
Yeah. Don't worry, she'll be reincarnated in Torchwood.
Again, another important thing to establish with the Doctor, no one is safe. You can die at any moment.
But then just try and move away from the windows.
I don't think that's gonna help.
Or go to the corridors where there are no windows. At least you'll have a bit more of a chance.
Go to the very back of the ship.
Well, shit.
Not for nothing, but considering how near those rays are, shouldn't Rose be...
Conventions, mockvention, Dweebs, it's the same thing as why characters do not suffer overheat by standing close to lava.
Ooh.
Come on, Doc.
Hurry up. What? Oh.
Shit.
Oh, that's like the
That's
most...
gotta hurt.
That's like the most gruesome death.
Yeah, we are Groot.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, Doctor, I just learned this from video. You can just, drop on one of the side and just slowly climbing your way to the side of the platform without having to deal with the propellers.
But no, the Doctor's
Also,
going
it
to
doesn't
use
seem
his...
to even reach the ground. You could crawl.
Doctor's gonna use Ultra
theoretically.
Instinct. Again, still appreciating this theme, though. Props to the composer.
Yeah. After watching a few episodes of the current series, I'm kind of missing this kind of music. And there we go. And everyone was too preoccupied with themselves not dying and didn't get to see it.
They missed the big event.
What a shame.
Oh, and apparently the glass could just repair itself.
Because fuck you.
Because the future.
So, congratulations, Rose. You managed to score a good line, but you were pointless for most of the episode.
So, the quote-unquote pixie is now dead.
Oh.
And the Doctor goes to tell the fellow tree people who they should have been burnt up too, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
But they're not.
Oh well.
Yeah, of course, it's the fake egg.
Yep.
Yeah, by just turning the...
Reverse polarity logic, Star Trek is full of that.
Yeah. Ew.
Hello.
No hard feelings.
The human club. Creek. Ooh.
Oops. Yeah, here's the thing. Like I said, the Doctor most of the time is a force for good, but is not lawful good. He has his moments. Despite his principle of not killing, he will try to go as close as possible. If you're not really into his brood list, yeah.
Well, then again,
Oh.
she did mercilessly slaughter potentially hundreds for her own evil ends. So, bye, Cassandra.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You also have to. It's also I think the moral code also changes with the appearance of the Doctor. Ecclestone tends to be more of the old school type, so much more dickish, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
More to be more precise than less inclined to sustain people's bullshit.
Well, we could use the TARDIS, go back in time, and see it again.
That's not really an option, and you'll see later why.
Or go the other side of the planet where no one can see.
Yeah, like the counter for the Marvel Universe.
Wait, where are we now? Oh, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, no standard time. Now again, Rose is perplexed by the existential crisis, like she said, the fact that it may be appear pointless because one day Earth will simply cease to exist.
Back in London.
Again, the moral is basically you can just hope humanity will be ready when the time will eventually come. And here's the bombshell. Gallifrey is gone. The native planet of the Doctor.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that. But did they like think they ran out of ideas of what to do on Gallifrey and all that?
Well, not really, because the next couple of seasons still will do something with Gallifrey. But again, it's a hint of things to come. I think that basically the BBC, no, not BBC, but in this case, the producers and writers of the show, taking advantage of that gap between seasons and deciding that this off-screen event will have to be told, and because it needs to be important. So obviously, this first episode also served as kind of second episode served also as a kind of a test for Rose herself. The Doctor saying, "Do you want to go home? Because this will be too much for you."
Ooh, chips. Wow, yeah. The Doctor going to a chippy. Even then, the shops will just move
somewhere else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so the episode ends with them going the local chippy.
That's a very British thing.
It's a bittersweet.
Yep.
So next time, instead, we go to the past, at the end of the 19th century, sorta. Second half, at least. Because spooky things happened in the old ancient London.
And guess what, Shiori?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Swansea.
Oh, actually, it is Swansea, my bad.
Oh, goody.
Well, sort of.
And the next episode will include a character, well, a historical character, because of course time travel means that you can do that the Doctor will encounter multiple times, Charles Dickens. But we'll get to that in next episode. For now, this one. I expressed enough. It's fine. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's perfectly fine for telling newcomers how things are going and things are gonna be. And it's also very great for the old fans, to build up the mystery of what happened to the Doctor and why Gallifrey is gone. So again, it's also a good thing, the fact that most of the time, at least, the seasons of the Doctor of the show are built in blocks. Plot points are written not as the seasons go on, but with a bit of clairvoyance before, so there is proper foreshadowing and payoff to that. Anyway, next.
Shiori?
Pretty much what Teo said. I mean, again, Rose hasn't annoyed me yet, really, as far as this episode goes. And yeah, it's good for establishing stuff. And interesting music choices. But yeah, this one was pretty alright for a second episode.
Yeah, I thought it was too. The best bit was at the end, with the whole. By the way, all my people are dead.
Yeah, like the Wham moment.
Yeah, let's just drop that.
Yeah. So, join us next time for when we travel to Cardiff, or Naples, or Swansea, or wherever it is. And
somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, and join us for the Mark Gatiss written episode, The Unquiet Dead.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.